Start streaming quick.
Yeah.
And we're up at 30 meg now, that sorted out whatever it was.
You're buzzing. Is your phone near the microphone?
Yeah. Ah, that's it. There's only about a 5-second delay. That's better.
That's sweet.
That's better. So, sorry about that, guys. Technical
Difficulties?
Yeah, that's the word. So, yeah, we're having technical difficulties, or we was.
Yeah, Kev spilt beer on his PC.
I wish I had a beer. Quite fancy one, actually. But
Right.
I'm Kev. Welcome to the chat. You know who that sexy beast is at the opposite end. Zoe. And she brought Gareth along too.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, she is a beast, she says.
So, yes, everybody, welcome. Only 11 minutes past, not too bad. We've got 4 people up in here. Let me just got Gareth's Skype call over the live chat. Unable to connect to chat. Is that still going? Oh no, we can type in the chat. So we've lost a viewer already. Sorry about that. Shall we give them a minute to find us, or shall we just like plough on?
Yeah, we'll just talk between ourselves and yes, wait for people to come in.
Yeah. So obviously started the chat. We'd never had the internet dropped out for whatever reason, so I just had to quick reset the router, which is never a quick thing. But we're up at a solid 30 meg. We've got no frame drops. The chat says it's in excellent condition. So yeah, I think we're good going from here. So if you are about, don't go leaving us thinking you're going to get a bad chat. Can you type anything in the chat, Gareth?
Yeah, I've just typed hi.
Oh, it's not coming up. And people are leaving.
I've got it on live chat or top chat. It's at the top of the live chat. This is for the people that are watching it. If you click between live chat and top chat, you want to be on live, and then you'll see the messages as they come through.
Someone's saying, Jesus, Gareth, that echo. And who else got?
Yeah, that's Peter. Do I have an echo now, Kev? He said on the last chat that we just did a few minutes ago, I had a massive echo. Am I echoing your end?
No, you're not echoing for me, but I did turn that thingy up.
Maybe your microphone is picking up my voice from the call and repeating it back through. I'm not sure.
I don't know. I've turned the desktop audio off now anyway, so hopefully that's sorted it. If someone could just let us know. Andrew Forrest, hi Gareth, Gareth and Zoe. You can see the chat. Yeah, well, it looks like the internet has stabled itself out anyway. We're not having any more issues like that. God, I hate it when it don't go. We've literally been sat here since 8 o'clock and not a problem. The second you click live.
Always waiting.
You what?
So it's always the way.
Yeah, always the way.
I'm echoing up his end. Why has your end got a big gaping hole or something? It's disgusting.
I don't know. It's hard for me to diagnose it because it sounds a bit tinny, but it doesn't. There's not an echo. You're not repeating.
What?
You're not repeating. That's not on purpose anyway.
The only thing I can think of is just turn my turn my volume down your end a little bit, Kev, or put headphones on, it might just be coming back through the microphone your end.
Yeah, but we've never had it before. It's exactly the same setup as last week. Nothing's changed.
That's the only thing I can think of. A good way to test it would be to mute my audio and I'll carry on talking, then see if the echo carries on, and then put it back on.
I can't do it because your audio is my audio with the same audio now.
Well, hang on. Well, I've just listened to YouTube my end and it's not echoing.
No?
Bloody Peter sodding about again. Peter git. I've just listened to this on YouTube and it's not echoing.
One sec. I can't do anything else at this end.
Peter in timer. Yeah, I've just played the live chat back with me talking, and I don't sound echoey in Lincolnshire at least. I'm for the sound check. Yeah, you missed the first one. This is the second one, mate. Yeah,
we had an internet check, a sound check, a picture check. A few more people are turning up now, at least. Anyway, saying that they've just gone. It made me nervous now that the sound quality is shit, so everyone's leaving.
No, I just turned YouTube up and it sounded fine on my end.
What do I sound like anyway? I've just literally put the mic about 8 inches in front of my face.
Yeah, I think that's better.
Is it?
It is my end, but I'm only on the phone, so.
Oh, I might have to get a lav mic then.
Yeah.
The only thing is, it's a micro USB attachment. I don't know if I've got a mic that's got a micro USB attachment, but.
Might not even work with your phone, or is it the camera?
You what, mate?
What's micro USB? Your phone or your camera?
The mic.
Yeah, but what are you plugging it into?
The mic.
You're plugging the mic into the mic?
Oh, no, the mic goes into the PC, doesn't it?
You get it right, okay.
Yeah. So, I want to discuss something that I read, I seen online the other day. Actually, the news article started appearing in about 2020, but I think they're going live this summer, and that's the mountain rescue teams have been trained on jetpacks, and they're going to be going from this summer, 2022. They're going to be jetpacking, flying around the Lake District for the paramedics to get to injured or stranded people. What's your thoughts on that? It's a bit futuristic, isn't it?
My thoughts is I'd like one to go wild camping with. So, walking up them big hills.
Yeah, definitely so.
Yeah.
I don't think you can do a lightweight version though, and I don't know what do they run on? Is it gas? Is it like petrol? Is it?
No, they're electric. They've got like real high-powered drone, sort of electric jet engines in the thing. I've seen them before. So they are battery powered, but they've got a very, very short fly time on them because it just depletes the battery pack that quick.
Right.
I don't think you'd be able to get up to the top of a mountain and carry someone back down on one anyway.
No, definitely not.
It depends how big the mountain is, but I have seen them. I've seen quite a few military videos of them using them.
Well, the ones I've seen them before, obviously the jetpack thing, but it was like the thrusters was like, looked like gas powered jetpack.
Yeah, that's what they are. They're like electric jet engines. You can get them for model aircraft.
Tony Stark giving CPR. I don't know. But the only thing is the Lake District's notorious for having shitty weather. How much practical use are they going to get out of them? I don't know.
I don't know. maybe it's just an expensive toy for them.
Well, I don't know. It's like, where do you think that sort of technology is going? Do you think like helicopters and all these things are all going to be like a lot closer than what people think? You know, like a bit more personalised, like drones or helicopters or flying vehicles or whatever. What?
Well, all I can say is I hope not, because you've seen some of the idiots that drive on the road. Imagine that in the air at like 10,000 feet. The consequences are a bit more severe, aren't they?
They're a bit more severe, but there's a lot more space, surely.
Yeah, but you can guarantee some old granny's going to smash into you at 600 mile an hour.
Yeah, but what they should do then is have them at, have all your pensioners at 5,000 feet, and then your next one's at 7, and then your next, your capability, the higher you can fly. You know what I mean? If you've got,
I think if they've got the technology to do that, they'll have to have some system that every vehicle is fitted where it can't collide with another one. You know, like an anti-avoidance sort of radar system that's like really foolproof, and then that just automatically steers you around any other users in the air.
Yeah, well, that's what Honda thought they cracked, and then the car ran the test engineer over in front of everyone that was there, all the reporters and everything. I remember seeing it. It was like in an underground car park, and Honda was praising this thing, and then it just like ploughed everyone over. It was like, no, that's not great. We've got to work on that.
Yeah, I don't know how people must trust the Tesla one on motorways. I've seen loads of videos of people like not driving the Teslas down the motorway in America and stuff.
Yeah, it's still illegal here though, isn't it? My mate's got one of them Tesla. I think it's a Model X, and it's like it's a $100,000 vehicle anyway. But he was showing me around, and he was saying that it's not actually legal yet, because I think over here, like they're worried that people are just going to go down the pub, get pissed, and then just say, "Okay, Tesla, take me home." And if you're not driving it, you're not in control, then you're not really breaking the law. But so I think there's like a funny law on that. But
so has his Tesla got it disabled then from the factory? It's a UK model.
No, I don't think so. But I just don't think you're allowed to use the function, which is. I don't think there's like a. Do you know like you can get like software on your drone that won't let you fly like in the geofences or above? I think it's 120 meters now. You know what I mean? And the software just stops it from doing it. I don't think it's like that. I think they're putting the trust into the driver. We've got Owen. Owen's just turned up. Albion camping in, evening dudes. All right, Owen?
Seen your video pop up, Owen, but I haven't watched it. I just saw the thumbnail earlier.
But, yeah. So, yeah, flying paramedics. I mean, I don't know. They must have, like I say, the news first came about 2 years ago, so they must have had a trial, which must have been fairly successful, right? Or it wouldn't have been a thing, surely.
I think these, I think with proper training, the crosser motorbikes, I think they can, get anywhere and walk at within reason.
Yeah.
In the Lake District. They're very, very good off-road. I've had one before. You can near enough go anywhere that you can walk. Obviously, you can climb up a cliff, but I think it would open a lot of possibilities for getting mountain rescue quickly to, someone who's injured.
Yeah. I think the problem with them is that the reason that they hate mountain bikes up there is because they just churn all the paths up, don't they?
Yeah, but I think, if someone's, if someone's going out there like a paramedic to save someone's life, I think, they'd have to just put up with it.
What about all the turnstiles and all that, though?
To be honest, there's not many things like that in the Lake District. There will be, but not what we've come across. It's all pretty...
I suppose...
access pathways.
Yeah, I suppose they're all at lower level, really, aren't they?
Yeah, like farmers' gates. It's normally to stop like livestock, isn't it? I can't do anything, Owen. We're trying to sort this out, but I'm just on my phone, on a Skype call. There's no settings I can physically make my end.
and we've cranked them. But we're going to try and work on a mic situation for next week. You know what it's like if you stick a jack in your phone when we're going to put the mic in. It's likelihood is he won't be able to hear me, so we're gonna have to do a little test on that.
The only thing I've got some Bluetooth earphones, and they've got microphones built into them. I suppose I could try plugging them in and see if it makes a difference.
Yeah, we'll try it next week, just off screen from 8 o'clock when we normally come on. I think the numbers are popping up now for the viewers. They keep popping up and down. I don't know if people are come to try and find us and then we lost us, but the numbers are doing all right, really. I think what was it, like 60 about 60 views when we was live last week, and I think that doubled in a week. So people are watching it back as a video as well. So anyone, we used to say it before, but anyone that's watching it as a video, thanks for watching as well. And the sort of at the numbers really is when I sort of come out of the live chats, the numbers are sort of the same really. And you know, considering the other channel was at nearly 2k subscribers, and this one's only just turned 200. Thank you everyone, by the way. Just hit a little milestone of 200. So to be pulling 120 views in or whatever on a live chat when you only got 200 subs is not bad. So thanks everyone for that. Road to 1k. What was that weird noise? That wasn't you disconnecting, was it, Jay? Gareth? I think that was. I think we've just lost Gareth. Or he's trying something. I believe I'm still in the call with him. Full of technical difficulties. Yeah, so everyone, thanks for that 200 subs. It means a lot. What's the side chats of you on flying paramedics then? Do you think it could be done with like micro helicopters, and then possibly, like Gareth said earlier, there's no way they could transport a patient, but like a bit more small personal helicopter, you know, could at least transport a patient probably. Good evening, Only Competitions. Nice to see you back again. Hope you found us all right. We tried not to, you know, post the chat and just see how many people could turn up this week. Hoping that all the regulars will come back. So it wasn't a great time to start a chat with it losing internet. Congrats on your subs. Yeah, cheers, buddy. I think the lag's all right as well. I don't think the lag's. You've answered that pretty quick. Normally it's about 30-40 seconds, or it was last week. So yeah, we're working. Like I say, road to 1k. But I'm not sure about Gareth. No, I can't hear you, Gareth. Could be good in certain places. You didn't hang up. I heard like a sort of electrical beep, and then you was gone. Nah, I don't think anyone can hear you. It just went beep, gone. I'll try recalling you, G. I'll put the receiver down on you and then call you back. You might hear this noise, chat. Sorry about that. It's the Skype noise. Sorry, chat. It's not letting me do it at all. No, can't get hold of him. Call declined. Come on, Skype. You try ringing me, G. It's not doing out my end. I don't know if it's because I'm live or not. Or maybe your internet's gone, is it? Can you hear me, mate?
Hello.
Right, I can hear you. Right, let me just go back onto the chat. See if chat can hear you.
I want my microwave dinging.
I'm coming back. Right. Yeah, Gareth is off the air.
What?
It's
I'm here.
Yeah, no, I'm just reading back through the chat.
Sorry.
Gareth Dixon. It's quite peaceful though.
Yeah, no.
That was just microwave. No, so we've got you back. Don't know what happened then, but you're back.
I think it might have been my fault.
Yeah, well, of course it was. It wasn't mine.
Well, obviously. I tried plugging my Bluetooth headphones in. I didn't plug them in because they're wireless, but it all went a bit peaked on.
Yeah. To be fair though, you sound a bit clearer now.
Well, there you go then.
I don't know what it is, and it doesn't even sound tinny like it was earlier.
It's weird, isn't it?
I think it's just whatever your internet you're at the time, it keeps it stable at that internet. So if you catch it now it's got a bit better internet, it might be. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? It just runs it from whatever you're on at the time. Because, like I say, this earlier on when I couldn't hear you very well, it's exactly the same setup as we had last week. I don't change anything now. Everything that's set now, even if I turn the computer on and off, everything's automatically set for the last chat.
Yeah.
So we've got Graham. Evening, ladies.
Graham?
Yeah, no, it's weird. It's crystal, that is. It's just balmy. I don't get it. Don't understand it.
How's you and Liz doing, Graham?
You getting ready for the snow tomorrow?
Who, me?
Oh, Graham is in a place where it likes to snow.
I think they've had a bit in the Lake District today.
Over there?
Yeah, so Peter was showing me a video.
Oh, jazzy. We're supposed to have a bit tomorrow, but it won't amount to no. It never does.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
I don't know if you had a missed call off me the other day, Graham. I looked down on my phone and I was ringing you.
So he often does that to me in the middle of the night. Anyway, Graham, how you doing? He was ill. Him and Liz.
They didn't have the Rona, did they?
AIDS, I think he said.
Oh, 8. It's all right. Been there, done that. Got the t-shirt.
Yeah. What's that?
Yeah. Talking about that, I'm sure I read an article the other day that said they've just cured AIDS in a woman somewhere. That's a bit mad, isn't it?
Really?
Yeah.
Cool. That's a hell of a medical breakthrough.
Yeah, if it's true and if it's repeatable, yeah, then yeah. What's not so interesting is the next topic with the blood. They found microplastics in human blood, and they reckon what was the number? 80% of us are all going to have microplastics in us.
Something like that.
It's disgusting, really. What we're doing to the earth as people.
Yeah, there's no escaping that because I reckon it's like everywhere, down to the deepest, like the trenches in the bottom of the oceans to the near enough the highest mountains. It's just seems to have spread everywhere.
it's disgusting. I know. For a long time that we've had it in our bodies, in our digestive systems and stomachs and that, because it works its way up the food chain, doesn't it, from the plankton up to the fish that we eat. But having it, we're just. I can't believe for a relatively short time on the earth how much we've just destroyed it.
We've gone backwards, haven't we? Because all the packaging used to be like brown paper bags and glass milk bottles, and stuff was recycled. The glass and everything was, and then everything's just moved over to cheap, nasty plastics, and we've got all these issues.
I seen it. Honestly, I seen a post the other day, and there was boiled eggs, like hard boiled eggs in plastic, and even peeled oranges in plastic. Like, didn't nature provide them a perfect packaging? and now there's peeled oranges. I mean, we all can be a bit lazy. Like, I actually quite like Aldi's mash that you just put in the microwave. It's already done, dusted. You know what I mean? Just a tiny bit of butter in there.
I'm not judging you at all.
Well, it's one of my, it's just a lot easier than peeling potatoes and boiling them and mashing them, and they don't taste terrible, in my opinion. So, but at least I'll stick it in the recycling bin after. But an orange, or any sort of fruit that's got a skin or whatever, why? Just makes no sense to me, that.
No, it doesn't. Like, near enough every meat product you can buy, like raw meat, is in plastic, of some sort.
Yep. And like you say,
my bacon earlier, I was putting the bacon in the freezer, and it's just, everything's in plastic. Like meat steaks are in plastic, loins are in plastic, or even worse, polystyrene.
We can all do better, but realistically though, in the modern world, are we all gonna? I've seen that this woman that she started up loads of shop 4 in my sort of local area. Do you know where you take your own jars and measure out your rice and stuff like that? But it's just, I don't think it's convenient enough for the modern world, really. It's a lovely concept and it's a great romantic idea, but
yeah, I think convenience has got to give way for at some point for trying to save the planet, because supermarkets and plastics are convenient, and that's the whole problem, isn't it?
Yeah. But like you say,
they are convenient, but they're not good for anybody long term.
No. But surely with other people that are a lot more intelligent than me, like, can't we invent a biodegradable plastic properly? I know there's like the sort of hemp variants and that, but can't we just put some brain power together and get this, look at, with like the vaccine, look how quick that come out when it had all the best brains in the world and unlimited budget. It was just there and made, wasn't it?
Yeah, they made all these COVID tests out of plastic, and there's no need. All you need is that testing strip that's inside them. You don't need all that plastic casing.
I'm going to get
rid
of
the little lateral flow test ones.
Sorry, I was just reading Graham's comment.
Yeah, Gareth.
Yeah, no, but yeah. Well, it's the same with any packaging, like crisp packets and that, or like pot noodles. There's so much extra plastic just to make the product look bigger that it could just do without, couldn't it?
Yeah, I know there's a spanner by my name, Graham. That's on me and Kev are admins for the chat, so if there's any pellets come along, they can get timed out or booted or blocked from overcoming back, and that's what that means. It doesn't mean I'm a tool, although I am, but thank you for pointing it out.
Oh.
Yeah, it's something's got to give, hasn't it?
Definitely. But it's like when we was talking about the solar powered highway the other day. There's no, what's the word I'm looking for? they always, it's like, say like in this village at the minute, like the school can't handle the uptake of kids. You know, there's more and more houses built, but they can't build for the future, or they don't build for the future because they don't get the government don't give them the grants or whatever. So when they're at full capacity, they'll just get an extension built. Like, why not build another 3 classrooms? So when it's build for the future. Reactive building instead of.
Sounds like a Michael Jackson song.
What, build for the future?
Build for the future, yeah.
Yeah,
it's true though. Some of these countries, like, what was it? I think it was in Korea. I'm sure it was on an episode of Top Gear. There's like a massive 22-lane motorway that's been built where they built this new city and stuff. And there's only like 2 or 3 cars coming down it, but they're building for the future. They're expecting like in the next 20 years, so many thousand cars need to use it. And it's like when they built the A1, they should have really built all of it 4 lanes either side. Because traffic's only going to grow and grow. But yeah, as you say, it just comes down to funding, doesn't it?
Well, that's another good example. Instead of building for the future, they react. So they build this bloody smart motorways, and then they open up the bloody hard shoulder, and I fucking hate it. I don't like them new motorways with hard shoulders. There's going to be so many deaths. Where'd you break? It was built so you could have somewhere, a safe space if you're in emergencies and stuff. Where'd you go now? You're just like in a live lane. It's mad. It makes no sense to me at all.
Yeah, you have to pull. Well, you have to pull into the grass verge, but then they have signs saying don't go onto the grass verge because you'll sink.
Yeah.
You can't win, can you?
Yeah, absolutely. Just it's the same thing. It's just reactive. They react to the situation rather than try and prevent it. But it's balmy.
Yeah.
Absolutely balmy.
Graham, it was Peter earlier that had snow. Peter's on the west coast, not far from you actually, and he had snow today. That's why I asked if you had got any. Or Kev did. Someone did. I don't know.
Yeah. I asked Graham a little bit earlier.
Yeah. Well, Peter's about not very many miles above Graham on the same bit of coast, and he had a bit of snow today. I don't know what it's like up on the hilltops.
Yeah.
I quite often follow the live webcams in the Lake District. When they've had a lot of rain and stuff. It's amazing how quick the river levels rise over there when that snow starts melting, especially. Or there's been a lot of rain. Crazy.
Graham saying the death statistics on smart motorways is high. It was high in the trial. I can't even remember where they trialled it. Might have been somewhere down like stretch near Liverpool or something. And it was like it failed basically, and so they decided, we'll do it anyway. And I don't know. I fear for anyone, like, I don't know, young mum with a couple of young kids in the car that breaks down on one of them. It's just nightmare. And if everyone just reads the signs, then they shouldn't have no accidents. But everyone's a human. Do you know what I mean? You can't account for the error factor from being human.
So what's the idea? If you break down in one lane, does the signs shut that lane off above the motorway? Is that how it works?
Yeah, because the smart motorways, I don't know the distance, but now there's a lot more signs a lot more often, and they'll put a red X on that lane. But people are still going to, they're not accounting for the human factor of the error factor,
The amount of people we see on the motorway and the A1 when we're going camping and stuff, just on the phones, and even in our village, people driving around just on the phones, it's isn't it up to £1,000 fine now?
Yeah, And 6 points.
Yeah, it just amazes me. It's the risk people are, putting on the safety, but also the risk to themselves, like monetary and possibly losing the license. And it's like, what's really that important on your phone that you can't pull over for?
Mad. It's as bad as drink driving, isn't it?
Yeah.
Although I think new rules have just come out this week about mobile phones. You literally cannot touch it at all now.
There's a video on Facebook from a chief inspector, and he says, a lot of people have been asking, how can you use your mobile phone to legally pay for like a McDonald's drive-through? And what he said, he showed a video because he did it real life. So he orders his food, and then he drove to where you pay. He took the car out of gear, put the handbrake on, and took his feet off the pedals, hands away from the steering wheel, and then you're legally allowed to use your phone to pay. Then you put it away or back in its holder and stuff, and then take handbrake off in gear and all that sort of stuff. And he says that's the only way you can legally use your phone whilst your engine is running. And he was like a chief inspector or someone quite high up, because lots of people have been asking how do they pay with the phone through drive-through and stuff like that. But even if you're in gear, your foot on the clutch, then you are breaking the law in that instance.
Yeah. Yeah, because people was getting fined for using it, when there was at these situations where there was like paying for a toll booth or paying for a McDonald's or whatever. And people was like trying to argue it, saying it's private property. McDonald's, so the rules don't apply. But they have just said that they understand that the government policies have to come in line with the way technology is advancing and moving. And now that basically what you're just saying is true, like as long as your car's stationary and secure, you can use it.
Yeah.
But only competition says you can now get done just for touching the phone. Yeah, that's what I mean. If it's a mobile device or a communication device, just by touching it now, you can get this done. And what was it? Because there was a headline for, I had to correct someone on Facebook. I think it was this morning or yesterday. There was one of the newspapers had put, you can get done for being on your phone even if you're the passenger. And you can get done for being on your phone even as the passenger.
What do you mean?
If you're the passenger, well, this is what the headline said. The headline said, even if you're the passenger, you can get done. But the only, it was obviously misleading everyone for clicks. But it's only actually if you're like a driving instructor or instructing somebody with a provisional. Do you know, like when you have someone by your side? It's only in that's the only reason you get done. But if you're instructing someone, you want to be fully concentrating on the road anyway. But it's just that's what the papers are like. That's how they try and get you in it.
Yeah.
So.
Doing my head in these like false headlines just to get you to click, and then the news articles like full of adverts.
Yeah, well, this woman had seen it, shared it, and then told her granddaughter. It was Wayne's mum. She told her granddaughter, "Well, you're not having your phone in my car anymore." And she was like, "Why, Nan?" And I'm like, "Oh, don't listen to them fucking idiots."
Yeah.
They're just headline grabbers. Which is
the news for you, isn't it?
Yeah, just makes everything even more confusing. Yeah, went off on a bit of a tangent there, didn't I?
Yeah.
But
how did we get started on that one?
I don't know. I can't even remember. But what pees me off, or what is, they call it mobile devices or communication device, but these police officers got the two-way radios. It doesn't apply to a two-way radio, and they're just holding them. Do you know what I mean?
That's what we need to get then, innit? Those CVs.
Yeah.
Go old school. Breaker, big Kev over. Channel 69. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm old enough to remember CBs in cars. My brother was quite into that. We had one at home in the bedroom.
Yeah, is that how you used to meet all the truck drivers?
Yeah, it's like you, mate.
Big bear coming in, breaker.
Yeah. I'll tell you what film I love. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's called Convoy.
Yeah.
All the lorries. Oh, that was a classic. I used to love that. That and Smokey and the Bandit.
Yeah.
God, I sound old now. Is anyone young in the chat going, oh, what the hell's he going on about?
Not me. 40 in the summer.
Yeah.
10-4.
10-4. Yeah. Can people read the chats back later? Yeah, they can, Graham.
Yeah, when it turns into a video, you can watch the chat back. I'm sure it's there anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you have to click a show chat button, I think.
Right.
My granny, how old are you in the competitions? My granny told me. Or is Todd? Hang on. Todd might be one of them regional variants that means something rude. Oh, Todd, yeah. Yeah, convoy.
Looks like we've got ourselves a convoy.
Yeah. I might have to buy that on DVD for old time's sake.
I wouldn't even know if it was a thing. Wouldn't it be on one of the streaming services?
I don't know. I can go and pay for it. I want something to show for it. I haven't.
I mean, it might be free somewhere.
You won't?
And you got Netflix out?
No, you know what we like. We don't hardly watch TV, mate.
Nah, nor do I. But I do like Netflix for the movies and stuff.
I think mainly we watch like all four, where we can stream like the comedy stuff on there. You know, like E4 and Channel 4, all the fours.
Yeah. And get your fix of the Simpsons.
Yeah, Simpsons, Father Ted, Big Bang, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, all, just normally comedy stuff. But even then, it's not that often. Oh, Zoe's found Convoy on DVD. 1978, that was a year before I was born. £1.50. Bargain. Was that VHS or DVD? Looks like DVD, doesn't it? Yes. Little DVD. Yeah, I bet that came out in Betamax.
The problem is, I was really looking forward to watching something, and I decided to go back and watch it. It was on even Netflix or thingy, Amazon, and then I just couldn't take how cheesy it was. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't
What was it?
I can't remember. It was a series that I used to love, and then I went back and I was like, oh, I can't really remember that. Oh. But even like, I love 80s films. Like, I love 80s movies. But I've tried watching a few back, especially with Lily, trying to get her into them and stuff. And some of them are feeling a bit cheesy and a real bit old now.
Yeah, I sort of like old cheesy films. It's just like...
Well, I do I love like Goonies and Karate Kid and Short Circuit and Back to the Future but
yeah.
Some of the ones that was probably cheesy at the time are like now too cheesy.
Yeah, I remember my mum used to like Cagney and Lacey, and I watched an episode of that about a year ago, and I was like, God, how cheesy is this?
Yep.
I still haven't seen that Will Smith video. I keep meaning to watch it. Where he punched, he slapped someone, didn't he? Was it you that told me, Kev?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I went into Tesco's and Scott was going, oh, guess what? Will Smith or something like that. I was like, oh, okay.
Slap Chris Rock.
Yeah, I still haven't seen the clip.
And then cried. About 2 minutes later, he had to go up and accept his award for Best Actor and cried. because there's like loads of jokes going around, loads of memes about fresh prints on Chris Rock.
Commando. That's an Arnie one, isn't it? Commando, or was it Van Damme?
Commando, yeah, Schwarzenegger. Yeah, no.
Goonies will live on. I think it's Goonies Never Say Die, Graham. Not Goonies will live on.
Yeah.
He's going back and watch it 6 times now.
Well, Spielberg hasn't ruled out a sequel, you know.
God, they must be all getting on a bit now if they use the same actors.
Yeah, but it'll be the Goonies kids, so to speak.
I better be naff. They'll ruin it.
But I don't know. He ruled out an ET. He said never. There'll never be an ET 2. But is there any Goonie fans in?
Well, there's obviously, but we're not in.
Have you ever seen the alternate version with the? Do you know when they go in the water where they have to fight the octopus?
With the octopus, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it might be on my DVD, like the extras or something like that. Deleted scenes.
Yeah, but it was a big one.
Yeah.
Was a decent slap, to be fair. Well, it's weird because like loads of people thought it was set up because Chris Rock must have thought he knew it was coming because he sort of leaned into it and braced. Like, he leaned in and was like, right, I'm getting this. And then I thought, from the FUD, like, that it made, I thought they would have sent Chris Rock flying because he's not the biggest of guys, is he? And I don't know. But then, you know, when I seen him crying for accepting his speech and then he was like, you know, he's just going to get a lawsuit here. That's the only reason he's going to cry, 'cause it's going to cost him millions. And I don't know, and then it was all over the news and I was just like, oh. Love some
Porridge,
Goonies.
yeah, I used to watch Porridge, Andrew. And Zoe used to eat it.
Zoe likes cheese in her porridge.
We was on about that earlier. What was we on about that earlier? Oh, what was with? I can't remember. She says, what are you labelling your curry for? I said, well, you know what it is. I went, what? Like, you know what ready breck and porridge was? No, ready breck and smashed. Sorry, that she got mixed up. Yeah.
That'll teach her for taking lightweight food.
Yeah.
God, it must have been heartbreaking though.
Well, she still ate it.
Well, you have to when you're in that situation. You won't have enough energy to walk out of camp.
Yeah, we weren't far from home though.
Oh. I would have found the nearest landmark and ordered a Domino's or something. We've done it in the woods. I'm sure you've seen. I can't remember if we filmed it or not. We've had like pizzas and Chinese delivered to the woods. Don't even take that. You'd think that they'd take a lot of convincing. Like, oh, are you sure? Are you sure? But no, just go to the. I think we met him at the cemetery. Just go to the cemetery. We'll meet you there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'd think. If someone phoned up, if you worked at a fast food place and asked for it to be delivered somewhere obscure, you'd think it was a wind-up.
To be fair though, nearly every place, I mean, even I've noticed over the last couple of months, even around near me, they're all going on all the, do you know, like the ordering apps. So basically, you paid up front, haven't you?
Yeah. See, still around here, I mean, obviously not through the apps, but if you order a takeaway, it's pay at the door.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, 6 months ago, I downloaded like Just Eat and all these sort of things, and then went on, and there was not a single place near me, like not Deliveroo, not none of these things. Because I'll tell you when it was. It was last summer when I went down to get my MOT in Leicester, and I was speaking to my cousin. He was on about when he orders, he sends them off like Uber drivers to go and bring him beer back and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he needs more beer, if he's drank all his beer at night, he'll ring them and they'll deliver it. And I was like, I come home, I was like, I want some of that. And then I put a load on my phone, all the top eating apps, and there was like, nowhere, we're not in your area yet. But like I just started getting a few notifications like there's a new burger place open up in Brig. They're on there now. A cake, someone that does custom cakes, she's on there, and not just custom cakes, you know, like desserts. She'll bring like milkshakes and all sorts of stuff to the house. And then the bakery. So we're getting there. We're moving with technology. Still not got Ubers around here yet though.
I'm pretty sure we haven't actually. I've never seen anyone like around the village.
They're all in Scunthorpe because it's a pissing nightmare. Do you know, like if you want to just go to one of the fast food restaurants.
Yeah.
And you're like, there's no one in here. How come it's taking 20-30 minutes to get me order? But it's all Deliveroo. It's all like online. But I think them places like, because what is it? There's like 3 McDonald's in Scunthorpe, say. They should dedicate one of them just to be in, you know, just for the Deliveroo drivers or whatever. Because, you know, they're making like people that's coming into the restaurants, they're making them wait for ages.
We on the way when we went on holiday with kids to Yorkshire, on the way back we stopped at a McDonald's. I think it was we'd come back over the Humber Bridge into Lincolnshire. I'm not sure where it was exactly. It was not. I don't know, but we went in there. And one half of the restaurant didn't have anyone sat in it, so we ordered the food, and we just sat down and waited for it like on these seats on the empty side. And then one of the McDonald's staff goes, "Oh, you can't sit there. That whole side is reserved for the takeaway food companies." And I'm like, "What?" And with that, about 6 different drivers, like with different vehicles, just turned up with these massive bags, and they're all sat there waiting for all this food and stuff. And I was like, "Geez."
Yeah. Well, there's no need to. They could cook them out of any kitchen in like any sort of industrial unit. They don't need a front-facing staff or a restaurant, do they? They could provide a lot more efficient service if there was just one was like concentrating on restaurant, one was concentrating on deliveries. They don't need a shop, so to speak, do they?
No.
They're just like they're just getting worked off the feet now because everyone's lazy shit who's sat at home. You know, they're getting worked off the feet because I've noticed that. Do you know, like when they're always just getting your orders wrong now. Do you know what I mean? Because they're just worked off the feet now, and they don't look busy when there's like no cars outside, and then they're just mega busy. But I'm gonna have a quick look at chat. Graham thought the Will Smith thing was fake at first. No energy to walk from camp. Remember the Dutch oven you carried, Miles Kev. That was a heavy Dutch oven.
Yeah, Graham says, "I can't believe the price of Domino's. I can get 2 30-day matured steaks for the same price as a pizza. Not a good step forward unless you want to die young." Yeah, I mean, I've had one takeaway since me and Zoe have been together, like, what's that, over 7 years now. It's just ridiculous, the price. And I think I would say to you, I can cook better at home. Why waste your money getting some greasy, horrible crap from, you know, fast food when you can cook better at home? And that's my theory. It's like drinking, like, we don't go out to pubs to drinks. It's just the price they charge is absolutely scandalous, really, for a pint. You can get 4 pints of that from the supermarket, you know, and go sit around a campfire or something. I'd sooner do that than sit in some noisy pub with idiots kicking about, you know, all night and save myself sort of 100-odd quid for an evening.
I think it's $4.20 a pint in my local pub.
What's that for? Because I was wondering.
For Carling.
Carling. So Carling, you can get 4 tins of that for about the same price from Tesco's, can't you?
About $4.20, I think.
I I know some will argue and go, oh, it's better for better out the pub pump and stuff. Which it might be, but not 4 times better. You know.
Yeah, and who can afford? I don't even know if I could afford to go up there on a Friday night and get pissed.
Yeah.
I'm a fairly heavy drinker. It's just mad, and that's how. To be fair, that's how I got back into wild camping, like 2012 or something, about 10 years ago. Because I fell into that trap. We did a lot of wild camping, and then we got Lily, and I had a child a lot earlier than all my friends, and then gradually you get faded out. Do you know what I mean? And I'd go up to well, there's actually the working men's club in the village. We'd go up to the working men's club, and I'd go up there because Lily could run around with a couple of like-minded dads, because it was like at the time when we was going, it was dads taking the kids, or mainly the daughters. So it was like a daddy and daughter thing. So Lily didn't feel, when she was that young, like 4 or 5, she didn't feel like out of place because it was dads and daughters. Do you know what I mean? But then it sort of fizzled out. Like the prices were starting getting higher, and then I'd go in there probably at 12 o'clock dinner. Would probably nip round the corner for a carvery, then come back, and then before you knew it, on Sunday afternoon, I'd done 70 quid, and most of the time I was in there by myself and Lily, and I was like, I probably could have done this for like 15 quid at home.
Yeah.
And then I was like, then it just like, Lily got a bit older, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to go camping again. And then I just did it, but on a weekend when I wanted a drink, I just did it around the campfire with my mates.
Yeah, so we 100% prefer that. Graham says, put your cash where you enjoy it, fuel to get out, etc. 420, Jesus, it's why pubs are dead. Yeah, this is what I can't understand. How can they charge £4.20 for a glass of Carlin? There's no can production. It is shipped there in a barrel. Surely it's the same Carlin, but just put into different packaging at the factory. So it'd be put into a beer barrel, pressurised, that sort of thing, and then or put in. It's not brewed any different. It's not a different liquid per se, is it? They don't have one brewery that's makes it slightly different for the pubs. It's all it's all made in mass, and then it's put in whatever containers, whether that's a beer keg or tins or bottles. So I don't see why the price is 4 times as much.
Well, what do you think the markup is?
I don't know, but I presume if pubs are buying it in bulk or whatever, or breweries, chains of Wetherspoons, you'd think they'd get a big discount per pint, on buying it in mass.
Yeah.
Because what you do, don't you? When you negotiate a good price if you're buying a lot of something. And
yeah, but they're tied in. The thing is, the pubs are tied in with the freehold and the licenses and all that sort of shit. They're tied in. But
I can't understand why it's so much more expensive.
Well, because it's like if you've got a shop and your house, it's different to having a shop on the high street. There's a lot more overheads. Do you know what I mean? And someone's got to make that. Someone's got to pull that pint for you. They've got to pay for someone to pull that pint for you, and clean your glass and all the rest of it. But pubs work on a 54% gross point profit, so they earn 54% on the beer. Just.
So how much does the supermarket?
Do you know the big kegs? The big keg. I was looking the other day because I seen this Australian dude. He built a camper onto the back of his truck, and he had a keg in there. He put a keg in there, like a chilled keg. So I just went but at the time, a keg of the large keg, I think they call it a 22, was 120 quid for sale at this beer place I had a look at. 120 quid a keg. I'm sure that.
How many pints?
I think that's 80 pints, isn't it? 22. Must be 22. Must be 22 gallons. So. Hang on. Just so I don't get the figures wrong. But I know what you're saying. I know exactly what you're saying. It's like you'd think they'd get a cheaper deal because obviously there's none of the byproducts of like packaging, cans, bottles, and all the rest of it. And you'd think that, like, you know, with the buying power of pubs, you'd...
Yeah, and Graham said it's like overheads and waste. Yeah, but supermarkets and shops have all those overheads as well. So, you know, they have their own transportation costs, warehousing, staff to put it on the shelves, people on the checkouts to, you know, run it through. And, you know, there's still overheads wherever, whatever business you look at. It's just, I don't know, the price difference between the two just seems too high for me. And Graham also says that people who get into camping are frugal. You don't see many loaded people camping. I think there's a bit of a change on a lot of campsites now because a friend, Gareth, I don't know if he's still in the chat, sent this picture of he was staying at a campsite in the Lake District last weekend on the edge of Coniston, and in the background you should have seen some of the campers. You know, there was you know, 50 grand plus some of those, and so obviously people got a lot of money go camping now. Big posh camper vans and, you know, brand new VWs kitted out and stuff like that. So I think a lot more money is coming into it on certain sites. I try and avoid sites like that. Anything that allows a caravan, I generally try and stay clear of for the most part. Or big motorhomes. I hate big motorhomes and caravans. I think there's a place for them, but not on sort of campsites we generally like to visit.
Everyone's saying 88 pints in a keg.
Yeah. Pub shed, yeah.
But just because you mentioned it as well, do you know Wetherspoons?
Yeah.
They only sell out of 8-bit booze, by the way.
Well, it should be bloody cheaper than it is then.
That's why they can do like half the price of like a normal pub, because Wetherspoons literally are half the price. And it's nightclubs as well. Wetherspoons, like, it might be within the month or whatever. Nightclubs can be like 6 months plus. That's why pints in nightclubs always taste like ass, because they're well out of date.
Yeah.
But you're that hammered normally when you're in a nightclub. You don't go there to have a gentle drink and sit down. You're there to get wasted most of the time. Well, I was anyway when I used to go. But that's why the beer's always minging in nightclubs, because it's like the oldest of the old.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Graham meant wild camping. Yeah, I think you get a lot of posh hikers with all the Gucci hiking gear, like just going out on a bit of fashion parade. But yeah, I think camping side, you don't see many. I think most wild campers are quite either down to earth sort of people, or the sort that like to destroy everything, could leave tents behind and all the rubbish and massive fire scars in every possible place. But yeah. No, I don't miss pubs, really, to be honest. Either.
I don't miss pubs, but I do miss a bit of the crack with your friends.
Yeah, I do crave that quite often, you know, when on group camps where you're all sat around the fire and having a drink. That's our sort of pub, you know, an outdoor pub in the woods sort of thing. Not in a manky big room with lots of shouting people and, like someone said, sticky carpets.
Yeah, and that one little accidental bump into someone's a fight, isn't it? Well, it was always for me. Because
you can get the whole pub going, can't it? And then police turn up and you know, all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
But as I said, after that night, we're not going out with you again in the pub.
How many times did you get shafted in the police cells? Yeah. I was going to say something about hikers then, rich hikers or something, but it's totally slipped my mind. What's a nightclub? I literally, when it was legal, when I was 18, I went out on my 18th birthday. I never went out again. When it was legal, when I was old enough to go out, it didn't seem fun anymore, so I didn't go.
I went out quite a lot in my younger days, and then I just got 80% of my wages on a night out, so it was like, no, that's got to stop. Skegness. Are you from Skegness, Mike?
Who's on the East Coast? I've got some terrible news for you if you don't like spiders.
Well, is that where they're supposed to be coming in?
Not coming in. They've always been. Oh, what are they called now? Something Fenraff spiders.
Oh, right. I've never seen one.
Well, I think they're the UK's biggest spider, but over the last 10 years they're making a massive comeback apparently. Don't know if it's a bit of global heating or something like that. Global warming. But apparently these spiders, obviously from the name, they like the wetter conditions, but on the East Coast, they're making a massive comeback. And they're huge, like fill your palm. One of the UK's biggest spiders. Yeah, I just thought it was an interesting read when I just thought, oh, show Lily. So do you fancy that camping, mate?
Yeah. What are they called?
I think they're called fen raft spiders. They're like because they can run across water.
Oh, wow.
But they like the bit damper conditions, obviously, and it must be like they must like the fens, obviously the name, you know, but.
Oh, yeah, I'm just looking at pictures. Yeah, some of them are small. They're just some are quite big in the people's hands. Yeah, they are.
I'm just thinking if you was bivvy camping somewhere, one of them ran in your face, it'd make you jump out your pit, wouldn't it?
I think we've had spiders run over a face in Wales. You kind of halfway cup in the night and sort of brush some off your face. Zoe always wakes up when we're bivvy camping with like half the woodland's insect life in her hair. I'm like, Zoe, spider, let me get it. Zoe, ant. Zoe, rat. She's always got things She's always got things running around in her hair. Because she's not bothered by stuff like that, isn't it?
I was camping one time and I had a slug. Me and Lily was in like a lean-to out for 3x3. And me and Lily was just in the bivvy bags in there. And I had a slug on my ear. And I think I lobbed it. And I lobbed it in the morning. And when I took a swig, I had remember Cornish, fucking hell,
Yeah.
I can't remember his name now.
Mike.
Yeah. I'm just trying to remember of his YouTube channel. Cornish Knives, is it Cornish Knives and Camping or something like that?
Yeah.
Well, he gave me at Edale. He gave me a tin cup, and when I'd done everything in the morning and like made a brew in there and everything, I took a swig and my lip was on the slug, on the rim of the cup. I was like, oh God, what is it with slugs?
Yeah, you have to hang your cups and stuff on a branch because I've had a slug in the cup before.
Ugh.
Yeah. Probably a delicacy in some countries.
Owen's read about them spiders. Mike lives in Chaffrey Island now. As far from Skeggy as you can get.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Skegness, I call it.
Island sounds nice. I was nearly. There was a chance I was going to be moving to Ireland. I think it sort of fell through now though.
Oh, was that the deportation charges?
No, all my dad's family's from there, and they it's not far from the Giant's Causeway. It's about 20 minutes. It's right on the coast, and they've got a big farm building there, like a big old building. And it was supposed to. I don't get on with my granddad, but well, I don't. It's not that I don't get on with him. I don't know him. My dad's dad, but my dad's. It's been handed down to my dad, and he can, obviously go there. He's got a load of land with it. I think it's like 17 acres. And he said, if you come with me and help me work on this house, he'll buy me a static, and we're going to live and renovate this big massive property, this big massive manor house up. Apparently the walls are over 2 foot thick, so it must be an old substantial property.
Yeah.
He just said he was half the land. He said you can do whatever you want, and I was thinking, oh yeah, that'd be all right. Just put like, it's near the touristy part, so just put like loads of yurts on there and just like run a glamping business or something. But it's sort of with COVID and all that, they couldn't get over to Ireland, and there's loads of stuff on the land registry and all that. And
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just not coming about now, I don't think. But to be fair, I helped my mum a bit, took care of my mum, and I don't think I could leave her anyway. Don't think I could take Lily away from her. She played a massive part of Lily's upbringing when I was when Lily was younger and I was at work and stuff like that. Dropping her off in the morning, my mum would do all the school runs and all that sort of stuff. So they've got a nice bond. I don't know if I could leave her.
So I'm just reading about these rat spiders. They're not poisonous. They don't pose any threat. It says you're unlikely to come across one lurking in the shower because at the moment they mainly live in RSPB Strumpshaw Fen in the Norfolk Broads. But they'll be spreading about, won't they, if they're making a comeback?
Yeah, you would think so.
Yeah, I'm not keen on spiders. I'm not all freaked out like some people, but there's better insects, I think. I know they're not insects, they're arachnids, but there's better creepy crawlers than spiders.
I don't mind spiders. They take care of flies. I fucking hate flies.
Oh, I hate flies.
They take care of them. But I'm not bothered. It's just Lily. Lily was never afraid of spiders, but my last missus, she was terrified of them. And to a young impressionable kid, seeing an adult screaming because there's a spider, it made her scared of spiders.
Yeah.
But she was never a problem. She was out in the woods, bloody sucking on them and eating them and stuff.
Nice. I don't think I'd eat one.
My dad's from Ireland, Graham says. Kevin, I don't remember if I've seen you in the chat tonight. I nearly swallowed a blue bottle out of a can of Boddington's while camping. I've had a wasp in my mouth, one in my beer in the woods. Graham says, do it. Yeah, I really couldn't do it, Graham. I couldn't leave my mum. Couldn't do it to her.
That's a sentence you only hear near Scunthorpe, innit? I couldn't leave my mum.
Well, you know her conditions, mate. You know what that I have to do a bit for her, so.
Yeah, I was just being sadistic.
I know you was. I don't expect anything less from you.
Yeah, I think I would take the same decision, to be honest, given the circumstances. You don't know how long you got left with loved ones, do you?
No.
Crap happens, and before you know it, they're gone. So I can fully appreciate that one.
Well, it's like I always had good intentions of like family in Leicester, but that's only 70 miles away from me, and that's where my dad lives now, and we only get to see him once or twice a year. Hey, we've got Doug.
That's normally when your car needs fixing.
No, my cousin does it. My cousin MOTs it.
Yeah. Have you been out in your van anymore? Is the gears any looser or the same?
It's just about the same.
Yeah.
But it's like I say, when you bury the clutch, it's thinking. I think it's maybe even a worn pedal or worn. I don't know if the cables get stretched on them. I think it feels a bit more like that than actually like a big mechanical problem. But time will see.
Yeah.
If it goes, it'll go when I'm on tour, obviously.
Well, you got AA cover, haven't you?
Yeah.
The worst case scenario, you'll get towed home.
Yeah. Well, get towed to Leicester. I'll tow it to Leicester.
Yeah.
I can choose anywhere in the country. I'll just take it straight down to my cousin's garage. Fair comment if you've got commitments. Yeah, it's just my mum. She's lost her mobility, so I have to go around there and do her DIY projects and gardening and sometimes just dishes and stuff like that. My sister does the other half, like a bit of cooking and all that. But like I say, even if she was like full of health, I still don't reckon I could just take Lily away from her. She bloody, you know what grandparents alive, they live for them grandkids, don't they?
Woodall Spa, that's not too far from us, Mike. Funny enough, we was talking about Woodall Spa just before we came on the live chat.
Yeah, I've got a video. I can't even remember what channel it's on now.
Yeah, probably on your Big Kev channel, is it?
I don't know. It's private anyway. I don't think it's a published one now. I think it's private.
Oh, right.
Hey, I've had to make all my videos private. All the, like the lockdown videos I made.
Yeah.
I've had to make them all private today.
Why?
Because someone from Lily's school had found them. Well, it wasn't even them actually. It was I made a video where I surprised Lily with a puppy dinner.
Oh yeah.
And basically, she was just in the living room early, and she's like, "Oh my god!" They have like a big school, like a big school WhatsApp, and like they slag the teachers off and all the rest of it, and that in there. And someone's found the video in there and put it in there, and I was like, "Oh, look at this mong and all that, like all fucking horrible stuff about Lily all in WhatsApp." And I was just like, "Oh." I said, she said, because she looks young and she looks a bit different and she's got glasses on, she has contacts and that now. And she was like, I look stupid, and they're all like taking the mickey out of me on this big group chat thing. And I'm just like, oh, all right. So I said, what do you want me to do? And I said, I can go and make them all private, because there's worse videos on there from lockdown, like we was doing some right crazy stuff, like, I don't know, human pinata and egging each other and, and I just couldn't bear the thought of like something we did for a laugh is could be getting a bullied at school or whatever.
Yeah.
But I just tried to gel it into her that social media is terrible. Who was on about it? Obviously Ali, don't you? Ali Law, my old mate.
Yeah.
He was on about it like, he's a fairly big on the YouTube scene, or he was, 3.5 million subscribers, and I know personally from spending the time with him, like the people can just come running anywhere. You can be in a supermarket, down at the beach or on the hills or anything, and kids can just come running from anywhere screaming Ali Law, Ali Law, and then like they'll have the pictures taken with him, and then they'll post it on social media, and they've got their self-esteem is so low that they scribble their faces out. Do you know what I mean? And they won't have they won't have like their own face and their own picture of like meeting someone, I don't know, they're a big fan of. And Ali was like, it's sick. Like that's what social media has done to kids. Is like,
yeah.
You know where I'm getting. You know where I'm coming from. Like they've just got no confidence in themselves. And I said, Lil, just be you, mate. Don't care if it made like that video. She got everything she wanted in that video. All right, she cried a little bit because she just got a surprise with a puppy. It was a dream pet. Cost me $1.5 grand. For the Frenchie, for the French bulldogs, and there she is, happy as Larry. Probably one of the happiest moments in her whole life. And now she's looking back at it, and kids are looking back at it and taking the mick out of her for it. I said, like, and I wasn't like at your age. But as soon as you realise to not give a fuck what anyone thinks about you, the happier you're going to be in life. Do you know what I mean?
It's hard to tell a kid that though, isn't it?
It is hard, and I was saying, look, I hadn't figured that out when I was your age, but, I'm telling you, just go and do you. Do you think, like, you all love, like, social media, but then like Lily or a lot of teenagers wouldn't have the confidence to walk down, like, I don't know, the high street in whatever town you live. Hi, I'm Kev, or hi, I'm Lily, and film themselves just like in front of everyone and just not give a fuck. But they all have social media, but not many people have got the confidence now because it's all been drilled out of them. You know, it used to be the fact that like the girly magazines, you know, like the teenager magazines was like giving girls unrealistic, like giving young girls unrealistic.
I'm not surprised. You just got to spend a short amount of time on Instagram and see the sort of pictures that are coming up of blokes and women, like all airbrushed and and all this lot, and it would give normal people, a complex, won't it? Just like the teen magazines did.
Yeah, but that's what it's like all these people that rush out and got vans and like, yeah, we're going to live the van life, because you see all these pictures on mountains and beaches and all that. It doesn't work the same when you're in fucking Lidl's car park. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all glamorised.
Yeah.
Things aren't like that in reality.
No.
That might be a topic for next week.
Yeah, well, we'll try and leave it there then. We'll pick up where we've left off. Let me just make sure there's no comments I've missed that's important. You're at the other end down at Cork. Fair comment if you've got commitments. Yeah, I think I read that. My folks are in Woodland Spa. Yeah, it's a bit RAF in it. Do I see anything of Wayne? Not really. Right, off to bed, hour in front of you. Yeah, we're leaving as well, Mike. Thanks for joining us again. Yeah.
Still there?
Yeah. I was just reading. I was just catching up with the comments. Yeah, Graham. Yeah, I'm not saying be. Yeah, sorry. I've just.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I was just trying to say. Just like say me, I'm a larger guy. I've got the man titties. I've got a big belly. But if I'm hot and in the summer, I'll take my shirt off. I don't care what people think of me. If I wanted to, if I was that bothered, I could change it. I'd be fucking out jogging every day. I don't like. I'm not telling not to give a fuck, but just don't give a fuck about people's opinions, because, like, no one's opinion means anything to me. You know, you've got to earn my respect for your opinion to be valid to me. Do you know what I mean?
I do.
Like, you could have the worst opinion on the planet, but if I don't respect you, it means nothing. Because in order for you to offend me, I have to value you as a person, sort of thing. But anyway.
Yeah, good philosophy.
On a lighter note, thanks for everyone for joining. I think the numbers have been down today, but that's probably because people might have come and seen that we'd been and gone, sort of thing, and then come back. Yeah. But we'll try and get it right for next week. Thanks everyone. Thanks everyone in the side chat. Thanks everyone who has been and not here, and thanks everyone that's now watching this video back as a video. We will definitely catch you next week, and yeah, peace out.